20 years in Gotham, Alfred. We've seen what promises are worth. How many good guys are left? How many stayed that way?
We've all gotten a bit fixated on flashy superhero movies, and honestly, who can blame us? They're visually stunning, and there's something undeniably satisfying about watching a caped crusader save the day. But occasionally, it's nice to stumble upon a gem that delves into the deeper intricacies of the human experience, with themes like morality, consciousness, and personal identity. That's precisely what makes Batman v Superman such a good movie. It received its fair share of criticism and backlash, but I still believe it's a brilliant exploration of some of the most pressing issues facing our society today. From justice to power and everything in between, this film takes a unique and compelling look at the psychology of its characters, all while posing important questions worth looking into.
He has the power to wipe out the entire human race, and if we believe there's even a 1% chance that he is our enemy, we have to take it as an absolute certainty. And we have to destroy him.
We all know the story of Batman. His parents get killed, he becomes a vigilante and uses his massive wealth, intelligence, and brawn to take down bad guys in Gotham City. But in Snyder's version, we see a darker, more worn-down Batman, a man who's been fighting crime for over 2 decades and has become disillusioned with the idea of ever truly defeating evil. His once idealistic worldview has been shattered by the harsh reality of the world, leaving him with a nihilistic outlook that makes him question whether any of his efforts to fight crime are even worth it. He's seen and done too much, and it's taken a toll on him.
20 years of fighting criminals amounts to nothing.
Criminals are like weeds, Alfred. Pull one up, another grows in its place.
Superman, on the other hand, has always been known for his commitment to justice, a symbol of hope. In BVS, we see a more complex and conflicted character, even with his godlike powers. He struggles with the weight of public opinion and the expectations placed on him. He wants to do what's right, but he's not always sure what that is or how to achieve it. Now, it's clear both heroes have a common goal: to rid the world of evil. But their methods are vastly different, with Batman relying almost solely on violence and Superman taking a more measured approach. This leads to a clash of ideologies that puts them at odds with each other. Batman's vendetta against Superman blinds him to the potential consequences of his actions, while Superman grapples with the immense responsibility of his power and the far-reaching impact of his choices.
Next time they shine your light in the sky, don't go to it. The bat is dead. Bury it. Consider this mercy.
Do you plead? You will.
American philosopher John Rawls wrote, "Justice is the first virtue of social institutions, as truth is of systems of thought." In other words, a society is just when its institutions and laws are fair and equal for everyone. And it was the beating heart of the film, the core of its message. Batfleck embodied that message more than anyone else. The brooding, tortured soul who had his share of pain and trauma turned his anguish into something meaningful, something that could make a difference. You see, there was a moment in Batman's past that transformed him into the relentless force we see in the film. The loss of Robin. It was a turning point, a catalyst that made him stop holding back and pulling his punches. But despite their differences, Batman and Superman share a common goal. They both want justice. They both want to make the world a better place. But again, their approaches are vastly different.
Don't believe everything you hear, son.
I've seen it, Mr. Wayne. He thinks he's above the law.
Time your hero saves a cat out of a tree, you read a puff piece editorial about an alien who, if he wanted to, could burn the whole place down. There wouldn't be a damn thing we could do to stop it.
So who is right? Who has the right approach to justice? Well, that's precisely the point of the movie. Perhaps both methods are valid in their own way. Maybe the world needs both types of heroes, the dark and brooding, as well as the bright and optimistic. Personal identity, that elusive, intangible concept that makes us feel like ourselves. It's the control center of our thoughts and actions, the captain's seat of our consciousness. But what actually makes us who we are? Is it our physical traits, our personal experiences, some combination of the two? In BVS, these questions take on a whole new level of complexity. Both superheroes struggle with their dual identities, Clark Kent and the Man of Steel for Superman, Bruce Wayne and the Dark Knight for Batman. But it's not just about the duality of their personas. Wayne has to put on an act every time he removes his mask, pretending to be the wealthy, carefree playboy that society expects of him. And Kent has to pretend to be a nerdy journalist when he's not saving the world as Superman. So which identity is the real one? The movie leaves us with these questions, urging us to look hard at what truly defines us, and that's not all the movie explores. It delves into how society shapes our identity and how we can reclaim and reshape it. Batman grapples with his inner demons and the moral dilemma of whether or not to kill Superman for the greater good, while Superman carries the burden of being a symbol of hope for the world and all the expectations that come with it. What does it mean to be human? For centuries, the greatest thinkers among us have grappled with this question, and the answers are as diverse as they are numerous. Aristotle believed that our ability to reason sets us apart as humans. Thomas Aquinas thought it's our rational soul and our supposed divine image. But in more recent times, people tend to believe that our emotional capacity, our ability to connect with others, and our self-awareness are what define our humanity. And hey, maybe they're onto something, but being human is complex. It's not just about ticking off a few boxes on a checklist. It's about navigating the highs and lows, the light and the dark. Now, Superman, while not human himself, offers us a unique perspective on what this means. With all his godlike powers, he still grapples with complex moral dilemmas. Batman understands the potential for greatness within humanity, but also the darkness that lurks within us all. So, through these characters, we see that our identities aren't set in stone. They're constantly evolving, shaped by our experiences and choices.